Hello and welcome back. Part 6B, the hook and opening line. So our first sentence. So we've already hooked our title. Then with each chapter, really important to have some kind of a opening line hook. Um, Sometimes we can fall into a pattern, and that's okay if it's a pattern that keeps things hooking and going forward. So let's get into the depths of this. All right, the hook is the introductory paragraph or sentence that sets up the stage for the whole chapter, and it should include an attention grabbing hook. Gotcha? All right. The hooks pull things in for the reader, and that first sentence of the chapter gives a hint of what the topic's going to be about. It captures the reader's attention and entices them to keep on reading. If we're not hooked within that first little bit, most everybody puts things down, right? They don't have the time. We talked about the time. Is that it's not about $15 for the book. It's about the 6 hours it takes to get through it, because you can't get those 6 hours back. So you want to hook them in, have them know and connect with that readability. So there's different ways to hook people. You can use a question. You can drop the reader into the middle of a story. You can use quotation. The dropping the reader into the middle of the story, I like to do with dialogue a lot. That's kind of my personal style. Emotional connection right there, making a surprise statement, something that shocks you. So we have a math book that we're doing, and the very first statement is kind of this shocking set of numbers and a huge question that goes with it that kind of throws everybody off for a second. It's like, wait, okay, I know this thing is a math book, but you're asking the question in the very first sentence? Yeah, like let's go. So kind of an interesting take on that. All right, some questions. Many of us take the bait with a question. When you're surfing the internet on those posts and stuff. How many of you have ever name your favorite? Right, has this kind of hook and this place where we feel obligated obligated to engage and connect with the post. We just want to know and share the information of what we know and try and give answers to the questions that have been asking to us. So very cool. Um, you can start off in the middle. This one is a little bit challenging if you're a first time writer, but it can be done because a strong hook will grab the readers, and usually throwing them into the middle of a dramatic action scene creates some curiosity. When I was doing my promotions for my book, Pinpoints of Light, I started at a climactic part of the book without sharing everything about the next pieces of the scene. So it was one of these moments of like, wait, she stopped. Yeah, because I'm trying to hook you in so you'll keep going, right? Here are other ways to do it. You can see down here, slice came the sound of sharp knife as it ran through the tomato. Click, click, click. My eyes connected with my three boys as I buckled them quickly into place. Why do they need to be connected? Why are we clicking in three boys? Like, what's happening? What's going on? Yeah, starting off in the middle can be kind of an interesting thing. A lot of authors use a quotation. It can kind of fall into a pattern, so you don't really need to do that, but it's kind of popular right now. The quotes, as long as it's powerful and it's filled with good research, not just like, oh, look, I found it on Pinterest. Research who really said it, because a lot of those, the saying is usually right, but who it's credited to is usually wrong. So find those things out. It takes research to do it and to do it well, but a quotation can work. Again, emotional connections. You want to have things that are connected. If you have action packed, put it in there. If you're showing the character's intense emotional response, put it in there. If your reader can develop a connection with your experiences, put it in there. Hook them with a personal story. Really important. Use a shock and surprise. List things out. One of my favorite ones is from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. She wrote this in 1813, y'all. It's a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of good fortune must be in want for a wife. Okay, you know what the story is going to be about. You're going to have somebody with a lot of good fortune, and he is looking for a wife. And how it all plays out in Pride and Prejudice is Super romantic. Okay, if you're not into that, that's okay. It's just that idea of gotcha, pulling them in. Okay, practice. Ooh, I think we talked about that a few trainings ago. Want something like this? Is that right? Can you remember that? Yeah. Okay, remember that you are practicing, and within this action of the practice comes the perfection, comes the answers, comes that idea. So if you never start and you're waiting for it to hit you, well, I hope you enjoy cobwebs gathering all around you because you got to practice, you got to take action in order for the results to come. All right, part 7, show, not tell, show, not tell. Really, really, really cool ways that we're going to share with you so that you know how to show and not just tell. Okay. If you guys have any questions, again, you connect with me at apriltribe.com and we will talk with you soon. Here we go.